Hello, everyone. I am Gary Graves here, talking to you about Dead by Daylight today. A game that I'm starting to get into since Jason's coming out, and I'm ready to main him. I just don't know what build to use, which is what I asked about sometime. But anyways, retracting that point, time to talk about some original killer ideas for next original killer. Because I don't know if the Angel Killer is going to come out yet, aka the Judgment. But we'll wait and see. First idea I had was a Scarecrow-ish type killer. Now, for my design, I think of a baggy-headed guy with a ripped face that shows an eyeball, a scarecrow hat, some long, coat, maybe crows on his shoulders. Maybe he was a pitchfork and has to walk around limply since his name would be the Husk, in my opinion. You have a Mori, which is you get, put in a suit, and then you get, stepped by a pitchfork and put up there onto the pole, become a scarecrow for him. Probably one of his abilities would be him going into other stands of scarecrows, and he rips himself off of it. And yeah, that's kind of the first idea. Second idea I had was a Wendigo. Now, I would love a Wendigo-ish type killer because we don't have enough folklore nowadays. No ancient things. We have the plague as an ancient thing for Dead by Daylight. We need more ancient stuff like pharaohs, valkyries, and other myths like the Mothman, and also a Wendigo. His ability would be a pounce, kind of. I think it would be a pounce so we can eat players, which I think would be a really neat idea. I would love if the Wendigo's Mori would be he picks you up and then eats you, kind of, since that's what Wendigos are most standing for. Maybe for Wendigo's perk or ability, it would be more he eats this, I think, livestock to get his bloodlust into full, and then he uses that bloodlust to go into a frenzy mode, since they do that. And his pick up and put on the stand would just be he either bites you and then puts you on his shoulder, or he just stabs you and puts you on his shoulder. Kind of. Okay. Next up is a good one. My favorite one. The one that I want most. A diver. This would fit so well if this would fit super well in case of the diver from Dead by Daylight would be, if we don't get a BioShock collab, this would be a really much better idea. You gotta have a trident or a punch mechanism. Maybe for his abilities, it either could be a trident chuck where he can like spear fishing, where he can chuck you and then pull you in, kind of like how Death Slinger does, because we haven't had a grapple in a while, where it's you grapple on someone and then you can pull them back. We haven't had one of those in a while. You could have an anchor as a weapon. Maybe octopus tentacle can come out of his hand and just whack you in the face, kind of like how Nemesis works. He also uses the grapple, kind of like Ken Kaneki and Nemesis combined. His Mori, I don't know about his Mori yet, but maybe he can curve stomp you, or maybe just he could pick you up, his eyes would glow red, he slams you on the ground, slams you again, and then maybe if you have a trident or a harpoon, you can impale, and then maybe slam on the ground and then curve stomp, which would make a good idea. And these are the other two ones that I forgot to take pictures of. The fourth one, before I get to the fifth one, is a werewolf. Since, I don't know about you, but we haven't had a werewolf killer yet. Yes, I know the Dark Lord has a wolf form, but a werewolf killer. Human killer turns into a beast. I don't know, his abilities would be kind of same as Wendigo's. He probably pounce on people. Maybe do a roar, maybe as a little slowness buff effect, or to highlight people, kind of how Jason's jump scare works. His Mori could also probably be eating someone, kind of Also how the winner goes, Mori wins. So, and then for the last and final one, I know we have Springtrap, but I want an original mascot killer. It really would fit the bill. Since we already have a bunny, which is Springtrap, we should have either a fat bear mascot, kind of similar to Junior's Freddy Fazbear, maybe, and or like some kind of like phobia, like tall, fat bear animatronic, kind of like some mascot, like some dead mascot in a suit, maybe like an abandoned suit, kind of like a bear. That's the only idea I have. His part could be other suits around the map, probably like I don't know, maybe a chicken, maybe a pig of some sort, maybe like I don't know, like a tiger of some sort. I don't know what weapon he would have. He would have like a axe, maybe maybe an axe, or maybe like some sort of something he pulled out the system, like something rusty, like a rusty blade, like he pulled out somewhere because place is abandoned. His Mori would definitely be like a stab into bite your face. That, or he like picks you up, like, because he has big hands. You try to punch him, but it like does nothing since he's like big and huge. And he takes that hand that he's holding you with and crushes your head and then puts you on the ground. Kind of like the fact that he doesn't care since he's like big and like mascotty or whatever. Now, I know I was only going to do top 5, but I have another option, which is basically like this gladiator killer called like the Iron Maiden, which is based off that machine, where he wears like the Iron Maiden head and he has like this huge blade that he's holding up, or there's like a gladiator blade. Maybe as an ability, he does something with like traps, maybe, or like an ambush or some sort. I would say if he collects more blood, he gets more furious, but that's just the Oni's thing. So maybe the more you get like slashes in, and he has like a fury meter that builds up, and that fury can turn into, give him like a fury mode, which he can like run at you at. Maybe for his Mori, he can like grab like a chain on his sword maybe, and like grapple you to his sword, and then slam you down, and then cut you in half. Or maybe like he just impales you with the sword chucks you on the ground, does a whistle, and then there's 2 other warriors come in. That would be like the Valkyrie, and maybe like a Valkyrie, and maybe like some lady with a spear, and then some dude with either daggers or bow and arrow, where it'd be like he touches on the ground and then impale into some guy, and then he dies, which would make a good idea. So anyways, yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoy it, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.